Although Prince Augustus Adediji Latilo was from Igbajo, precisely from the Royal Agbojomi compound in the Boluwaduro local government of Osun State, he lived most of his productive adult life in Lagos, in the Agege area particularly. This must have accounted largely for his last wish to be laid to rest in Lagos at the end of his glorious earthly sojourn, and this was on the 27th of June, 2014. Activities for the final funeral rites of Prince Augustus Adediji Latilo began with a Christian wake-keep service that took place at his residence in Lagos. In attendance were his wife, children, their spouses, grandchildren, and the enlarged Latilo and Famudun families and other family members from different parts of Nigeria and beyond. There was congregational singing, Bible reading by his children, and special rendition by the choir before the sermon was preached. In it, the officiating minister commiserated with the wife and children of Prince Augustus Adediji Latilo, whom he described as a very likable person. The clergyman commended the Christian way of life of Prince Augustus Adediji Latilo for emulation by all. He enjoined the wife and children and all the family members to be strong and console themselves in the realization of the fact that his worthy legacies will be remembered forever, and from this, all members of the family will benefit eternally. Special prayers were offered for the entire family members of Prince Augustus Adediji Latilo. Friday, the 15th of August 2014, was the day Prince Augustus Adediji Latilo's remains were finally interred at the Victoria Court Cemetery in Lagos. On arrival at the cemetery, with the pallbearers carrying the body of Prince Augustus Latilo shoulder high, with the wife, children, and other family members in tow, amidst songs of triumphant jubilation, he was laid in state, and here people took turns to file past his remains to have a final glimpse at him. As a final respect for him, his children, siblings, and other family members prayed for his final rest.
And with Brother Augustus, there's no dull moment. He was imbued with something I call a matchable sense of humor. He kept you in total and perpetual happiness. And I know that is what God has ordained for you by God's grace. I see you sleeping in the bosom of the Lord because you've done so well. A man with good heart. God will continue to guide and guide you, and I know that with all the seeds that God has surrounded you with, we will do our best. The greatest tribute we'll pay to you is to sustain your legacies.
The final funeral service for Prince Augustus Adediji Latilo was held at the church in the Victoria Court Cemetery, Lekki, Lagos. This began with the prayers, congregational singing, and Bible reading by the eldest grandchild of the deceased and the eldest child of the immediate younger brother of the deceased. The citation of Prince Augustus Adediji Latilo was read by his second son, Idowu Latilo. Prince Augustus Adediji Latilo, who was born in 1945 to the royal family of Prince Adeponle and Princess Foyeka Latilo from the Royal Agbojomi compound in Igbajo, Osun State, was a great-grandson of the late Owa of Igbajo, His Royal Highness Oba Latilo. He attended Kiriji Memorial College for his secondary school education and the Yaba College of Technology for his tertiary education. Prince Augustus Adediji Latilo worked at the Nigerian Textile Mills, Lagos, and the headquarters of the Nigerian Army Public Relations Department from 1974, retiring as Chief Superintendent of the Press in 2004. He got married to his wife in April 1974. The marriage is blessed with children and grandchildren. Prince Augustus Latilo was a member of the Bible Pattern Church, Lagos. He was the Chief Executive Officer of Lapat Enterprises Printing Press Company. The choir rendered special songs to formally bid Prince Augustus Adediji Latilo a final farewell before the sermon was preached. In the sermon, the man of God prayed for the repose of the soul of the dead departed and advised everyone to look at their lives again and make amends where necessary, so that at the end of their race in life, they will have nothing to regret and would not be found wanting in the last day. Special prayers were said for the family of the deceased before the interment proceedings, which took place at the same vicinity.
Father, we bless your holy name for another day like this. Daddy, here are the children, the family of our daddy that have just gone. Daddy, as we lift them into your able hands now, take absolute control in the name of Jesus Christ. Yeah. Father, your son has gone. He has done exactly what we wanted him to do on this earth. We pray that the entire family, that they will live to fulfill the purpose from which you have created them in the name of Jesus Christ.
With the final songs, Bible reading, and prayers before Prince Augustus Adediji Latilo's remains were interred. A grand reception was held to finally seal the activities for the final funeral rites of Prince Augustus Adediji Latilo. The Latilo and Famodun families from Igbajo, Oshogbo, Ibadan, Abuja, and Lagos axis, as well as all parts of the world, came out in full force to show solidarity with the wife and children of their dear beloved brother, father, and uncle. They all turned out in the same attire, with their friends, and all looking gracious and resplendent. Members of the Lagos Lawn Tennis Club, led by the president, Barrister Sam Egbuchinam, joined other friends, colleagues, and associates of the Latilo families as they bid a final farewell to their brother. There was music and comedy in equal measure. This was to properly put everybody in the right frames of mind for the program just unfolding.
In Nigeria, I say Ali Baba na fine boy. Make a day catch the France na fine boy. Thank you, baby, na fine boy. See Oka, okay, Bakasi na fine boy. Make we manage Julius Abu na fine boy. Let us consider basketball, Ọmọ bàbá number one.
The major highlight of the event was a session of tributes delivered by family members, children, and siblings of Prince Augustus Adediji Latilo. They all looked at the man from their different levels of relationship with him. In the final analysis, they all returned the verdicts of a very good, kind-hearted, and compassionate person to Prince Augustus Adediji Latilo, whom we ask God to grant peaceful rest in his bosom.
My father meant two things to me. One, he was my father. Two, he was my friend. Everything that a friend would do for his loved one, he did for me. If we did not eat, he would not eat. If anybody is sick, even if my father was sick, he was going to take care of the person first. He sacrificed his life for every one of us and for everybody that I know that has something to do with him. That was my father, my friend and my father.
All the children of Uncle Augustus, they have actually proved to us. Nearly putting what we are doing here together today shows that these are children to be proud of. And it's a vindication of good training, good home training. That's what we all inherited from our father.
I remember he was being generous. There is no time Grandpa would hit that he would remain little for either me or my younger ones, so I remember for that.
He is somebody you cannot offend. I've never seen anybody offending him. Very accommodating, loving, approachable, very, very sincere, very considerate. I can tell you that it will be difficult to cover up the loss.
Children and their spouses, as well as all the family members, took turns to dance to the very melodious music of the band that entertained. Once again, we pray that the Lord grants Prince Augustus Adediji Latilo a safe and final rest in his bosom, and please forgive him all his trespasses.